Hello, my dear students and learners, wherever you are. I hope you are doing well. So this is Ali Biko again, and welcome to another video in which I'll be dealing with explaining the present continuous. So as you can see, last time we talked about the present simple, and we have explained when to use it and how to use it, and this time we are dealing with the present continuous. So I'd like to start with a presentation, okay, and brainstorming some examples, and then from the example we go to the rule. Okay, I'll start with this picture. Can you see what these ladies are doing in this picture? Okay, what are these ladies doing? So maybe as you can see in the picture, they are sitting next to each other and they are chatting, of course. The girl on the left is telling a secret, maybe. They are talking about someone, probably, and they seem to be gossiping. So they are gossiping. Look at this gentleman. The man is sitting in a coffee shop, as you can see. Maybe he is in his office. He is holding a cup of coffee. He's closing his eyes, and he must be enjoying the taste of the coffee. So he is enjoying the taste of the coffee. So as you can see, all these sentences here and here, they are describing the action of these pictures, the action, what's going on in this picture using the present continuous. I'm going to see the rule later on, just bear with me. Okay, we're going to give more insight, starting with a reading. We started with some pictures, and now with a paragraph in which we describe what's going on, okay, using the present continuous. So here we go. We have an email or a letter from Alice to her friend, and she's writing a letter, and she is in Marrackech now. Greetings from Morocco. I'm spending a wonderful time here in Marrakesh with my friends Lucas and Deborah. These days we are staying at a hotel downtown. At the moment we are sitting at a traditional cafe with a beautiful view on the square of Jamelfna. You cannot miss anything from here. We are enjoying the acrobatic games and the snake charmers right from here. I'm drinking Moroccan tea and Lucas is taking some photos. Deborah is not here with us at the moment. Probably she is buying some souvenirs from the market, as we are planning to go somewhere else. According to plan, we are heading to where is it tomorrow. We are not spending much time there. Actually, we are traveling to Rome after 2 days. I must close now. Write to you soon with more news. Your best friend, Alice. So as you can see in this passage or in this letter, we're explaining, Alice is writing about what's going on now while she is in Marrakesh. Okay, so you can see, you can take some notes, you can take a pen and a piece of paper and write down all the verbs that are conjugated or put in the present continuous. So let's start. So we have the verb I am spending. I am spending. We are staying. We are sitting at a traditional cafe. We are enjoying the acrobatic games. I'm drinking. Lucas is taking some photos. she's buying, she is buying, the verb to buy. We are planning, verb to plan. We are heading to, that means we are going to, the verb head. We are not spending, so this is in the negative. We are not spending. We are traveling, verb to travel. Okay, good. Now I think you have understand how we use the present continuous in context. Now let's go back again. If you look in this letter, we have used some of the expressions which mean that these actions are taking place. We have now, at this moment, or these days. So we have time expressions like these days, these days. We have here at the moment, and also we have here at the moment, and also we have here the expression tomorrow. So normally we use tomorrow to talk about future, but bear in mind that we also use the present continuous to talk about future. So why is that? We're going to see that later on. Just wait a minute. So here are some of the time expressions and markers that go hand in hand with the present continuous. So when we use these expressions, it means that the action is taking place now or at this moment. So these are the expressions. We have now, as I said, right now, at the moment, or at this moment, tonight, today, this Monday, this Tuesday, this week, this weekend, this month, this year. So here, look at the pronunciation, how we pronounce this. This year, this holiday, nowadays, these days, for now, and for the time being. Okay, I'm going to use some of these in some sentences so that you can know how to use these expressions. So, for example, these days we are staying at home because of COVID-19. So, as you know, all the people are in quarantine. Okay, we are staying home. Okay, so that we can protect ourselves from the COVID-19 coronavirus. So we use these days we are staying. We are staying. Number two, my mother is in the kitchen right now. So what is she doing in the kitchen? She's making some cookies for Ramadan, maybe. Number three, tomorrow I am meeting an old friend. Okay, I talked about tomorrow, so tomorrow means the future, but here we use I am meeting an old friend. So it's a plan. Okay, you are planning to meet an old friend. Number four, my sister and I are watching a wonderful movie tonight. Okay, we not only use these expressions, but also in speaking we use certain interjunctions. So whenever we use these interjunctions, we address the person we are talking to, and we use the present continuous when we say, for example, shh, something is going on. For example, shh, the baby is sleeping. Shh, the teacher is talking. Or listen, it's raining outside. Look, your ankle is coming. Wait, I'm coming. So whenever you use these interjunctions, we use the present continuous, which means something is going on at the moment of speaking. So when do we use the present continuous? We use the present continuous to talk about activities at the moment of speaking. Okay, for example, I am explaining the present continuous right now. What am I doing at the moment? I am reading. I am explaining the present continuous right now. Or number two, please be quiet. The baby is sleeping. So please be quiet. It has the same thing as the interjunction. Shh, the baby is sleeping. We also use the present continuous for action plan. Now here where we use the time markers that indicate the future. But it's not any future, but it's an action plan. Something that you plan, it's fixed, and an arrangement. Okay, you have a date. It means there is nothing you can do but what you have planned. For example, Marwa is traveling to Spain this summer. So it's not summer yet. We are in spring, maybe, or winter, but next summer Marwa is traveling. So it's an action plan. Number 2, next week I am visiting the dentist. So it's an arrangement. You have a rendezvous with the dentist, so it's a fixed date. So you say next week or tomorrow or next month I am visiting the dentist. Okay, so far so good. Now there are certain verbs are not normally used with the continuous. These verbs, we call them stative verbs. They are verbs that talk about thinking and feeling, and a verb describe the senses, and also we have other verbs. So we're going to see each one. So we have here the verbs that describe thinking and feeling. For example, belief. I believe you. So we don't say I am believing you. Dislike, know, like, love, hate, prefer, realize, recognize, remember, suppose, think, believe. Think, which means believe. I think, you are. I think. Understand, want, wish. So bear in mind that these verbs are not put in the present continuous at all, except if the verb means something else, not this meaning of thinking, feeling. And also we have the other verbs of perception, the verb of senses that has to do with the smell, the taste, the hearing, and the sight, the touching. For example, appear, feel, look, smell, smells, taste, sound. So for example, if you taste some coffee and you want to say that it is good, so you say this coffee is tasting good. So this is not correct, though we are speaking in the present moment. So you just say this coffee tastes good. So the verb taste, we don't put it in the present continuous if it means the sense. And we have other verbs. For example, agree. So we don't say I am agreeing with you. No, I agree with you. Belong, need, own, possess, owe, disagree, and verb to be. So for example here, I am needing this now. I am wanting this now. So what do you think? Can we say this in English? No, it's not. It's not correct. So what do we say? We just put this in the simple present. I need this now. I want this now. Though we have the time expression now, the verb stays in the simple present. Of course, there are certain exceptions. Okay, so verbs of perception, verb of senses like see, hear, feel, taste, smell are often used with can. For example, I can see, I can hear, I can feel, I can taste, I can smell. These verbs may be used with the continuous. I don't say they cannot be used at all, but they can be used in the present continuous if these verbs have a different meaning. Let me explain this in examples. For example, the coat feels nice and warm. So here feel, it's a verb of perception. How do you feel about the coat? So the coat feels nice and warm. So feel here is a bridge verb, like the coat is nice and warm. So it's here you are talking about your perception of the coat. How do you see it? But if you say John is feeling much better now, here it does not mean feeling the perception. It means John is improving much better. So here the verb feel has a different meaning. Now we can put it in the present continuous. I hope you understand. Another example, she has 3 dogs and cats. So the verb have, it has the same meaning as possess. I possess, or she possesses 3 dogs and a cat. She owns 3 dogs and cats. Here we cannot put this in the present continuous, but we can put the verb to have in the present continuous if it means something else. For example, she's having supper. I am having dinner. That means I am eating, or she is eating. She is eating dinner. She is eating supper. Another example, I can see Gabriel. Here we're talking about the sight. I can see him. He's right there. He's sitting. I can see Gabriel in the garden. But if you say, I am seeing Ali later, we are not talking about sight. We are talking about meeting. Okay? We are planning to meet. Like as if you say, I am seeing a doctor next week. It means I am visiting a doctor. I am meeting the doctor. I hope you have understood these exceptions, but you can understand these more with practice. The more you practice, the more it becomes easy for you. Okay, now let's do some practice. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, let me remind you of the structure. Now we have explained. Now I'll give you the rule, and then we do some practice bit by bit. So let me remind you of the rule now. We have this icon here means the subject. So every sentence there must be a subject in every sentence. So here we have the subject, and we have the verb to be in the simple present. Is are plus verb ing, verb plus ing, and then you finish the sentence. For example, look at the picture. The baby is crying at the moment. The baby is crying at the moment. So we have here the verb cry, and we have he is and the ing, and then we have the complement at the moment. At the moment is a time marker, which means now, at this moment. Example, an exercise to do. So we are going to complete with the present continuous only, right? So we are going to put the verbs between parentheses in the present continuous. Okay, as usual, you can pause the video, you can do it at your own pace, and then we correct. So we have number 1, look over there, your father come. Number 2, Samantha plays play chess with her brother. Teachers explain lessons online these days. Number 4, I feel better now. Thank you a lot. And number 5, my father read a newspaper at the moment. Okay, let's check your answers now. Number 1 is coming. Number 2, Samantha is playing chess. Number 3, teachers are explaining. So we have here are because teachers is in the plural. And we have number 4, I'm feeling better. Remember, feel, we do not put feel in the present continuous, but if it means improve, okay, my health is improving, and then you can put it in the present continuous. I am feeling better now, thank you a lot. And finally, my father is reading a newspaper at the moment. Okay, now let's move on. Let's move on to the negative. So here is a structure. We have the subject, and we have the negative verb to be in the negative, and then we have the main verb plus ing, the gerund, and then we have the complement. Now look at this boy here. What is he doing? Or what is he not doing? So Adam is not sleeping right now. He is sitting. Adam is not sleeping right now. Okay, let's do some practice. So in this exercise, you're going to fill the blanks with isn't, aren't, or I'm not. Okay, so here the verb when the ing is given to you, you just choose the verb, the suitable verb to be the auxiliary in the right place. So we start number 1. As I said, you can pause the video, you can do the exercise on your own, you check your answers yourselves. So we have number 1, we are not doing our homework. Number 2, Mary is singular, so we just said isn't drinking tea. John is not working today. Gab and John are not talking. Samir is not going to the zoo. Let's move to the interrogative. So in the interrogative, the subject is no more at the beginning. So we have is, are, am, then we have the subject and we have verb ing plus the complement and the question mark. So look at these people. What are they doing? Are they talking? Are they chatting to each other? Yes, they are. If they are not talking, then you can say no, they are not. So these are short answers. So it depends here. So the right answer is yes, they are. They are talking to each other. Are they sitting? No, they are not. Okay. Are they talking to each other? Yes, they are. Are they, for example, are they standing? Yes, they are. Are they sitting? No, they are not. Okay, so another exercise, try to order the words to make an interrogative sentence. So we have number 1 here. We have a question mark. 2, you are listening me. So that could be, is going to be, are you listening to me? I hope you are. Number 2 is dinner Maya preparing. Okay. Is Maya preparing dinner? Yes, she is. Or no, she's not. I talking much too. Am I talking too much? Okay. Good. Okay, the last exercise, it's a paragraph. And now here is the challenge. In this exercise, you are not going to put the verbs in between parentheses in the present continuous, in the simple continuous, in the present continuous only, but you have to know which tense is right. So it's in the present tense, either simple or continuous. Now here you have to understand. You have to watch the video about simple present, and then you watch this, and then you can know when to use the present continuous or the present simple. All right, let me read this for you. Peter Parker is a famous pianist. He gave 2 or 3 concerts every week. He traveled a lot, and this week he's in New York. He stayed at an expensive hotel. He's at this hotel now. He have his breakfast in the dining room. He drank a cup of coffee and he read a newspaper. Peter is always very busy. He played the piano regularly. He practiced for 4 hours every day. He go to bed late and he always get up early. But he sometimes get dressed too quickly. And this morning he'll wear 1 blue sock and 1 red one. Okay, now how can you know the verb, is it going to be in the simple present or the present continuous? You have to pay attention to the time markers in the paragraph. As always, stop, pause, do the exercise, and then come back and check. So we have number 1, he gives 2 or 3 concerts every week. So every week here is the key. Next, he travels a lot, and this week he's in New York. So this is, it talks about something that he does all the time. He travels a lot. Stay at an, he's staying, so because we have now, this week he's in New York. What is he doing in New York? He's staying at an expensive hotel. He is at his hotel now. He is having, remember, we don't put have in the present continuous unless it means eats. So he is eating his breakfast in the dining room. He's drinking a cup of coffee and he is reading a newspaper. Peter is always very busy. He plays the piano regularly. So we have here regularly. It means it's a habit, a routine. He practices for 4 hours every day. So we have every day. He goes to bed late and he's a night owl. He goes to bed late and he always gets up early, and he is an early bird. He gets up early, but he sometimes gets dressed too quickly. And this morning he is wearing one blue sock and one red one. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe below, hit the subscribe button and subscribe for more videos. Bye. See you next time.